This is a wrap up for day 7, but it's actually the morning of day 8. So we hitched a ride to Julian. Thank you, Professor. We got to Scissors Crossing and Professor was there refilling the water cache. Gave us a ride up to Julian. We had breakfast and then we went to the gear shop, got some sun umbrellas which are going to help with the heat. And the people at 2 Foot Adventures, awesome, awesome, awesome. I would say if you can get there, go there. They will help you out. They also arranged a ride for us out to our hotel or our motel. We're staying at the Apple Tree Inn. One of the things that was a little disappointing is we got here and turns out they have no laundry facilities. So we had to do our laundry in the bathtub, which is why I did not film the ending of yesterday, because I was wearing not much because all of our clothes were hanging and wet and nobody wanted to see me without being fully dressed. But today we're gonna get a ride back to Julian and we're gonna do our resupply, mail ahead, and then we're gonna go back to Scissors Crossing. So our stuff didn't get dry enough in the hotel, so we hung it on this tree out behind the brewery we were staying, hanging out at. So yeah, this is one way to get the stuff dry, and it's working. Probably too windy to hear anything, but back on the trail again. Alright, I'm in my tent now, end of day 8. So we got dropped off at Scissors Crossing by Ray the Trail Angel, and we headed out of there about 3:30. We ended up making 9.3 miles by a little after 7. So we were really hiking at a pretty good pace. And legs were feeling strong. Found a great little spot here. It was super, super windy. I tried to film when I could, but I couldn't do any talking on camera while we were hiking because it was like 40-mile-an-hour sustained winds and gusts of even more. But the weather was cooler, which was really nice. Overall, a great day. I'm feeling good still, and I'm looking forward to a great hike tomorrow. Luckily, the weather cooled down significantly, probably a good 10-15 degrees today from what it was the last few days, so that was great for us. But thanks for hanging in there, guys. Thanks for watching, and that'll wrap it up for day 8. Good morning and welcome to day 9. This is a look at our camp from last night. The scene of a horrendous windstorm. I can't believe our tents are still standing, to be honest. It was crazy windy. Just did a little water refill at the cache. It was about a 10-minute walk down the hill. There were a couple people there, so I didn't want to film the cache itself, but just a couple pallets of big jugs of water. Well, it's hot again. It was really nice this morning. I did try out the sun umbrella for a little bit, and that thing works awesome. It's a little bit clumsy going through some of the taller brush because it keeps snagging on stuff. But I think that's going to really help. We are just a couple of miles from our destination, and can't wait to get into the shade and relax a bit. All right, here we go. This is exciting. I knew it was coming, but I forgot we were gonna almost be at 100, and so it's kind of surprised us. This is awesome. So glad to be 100 miles. All right, day 9 wrap up. We made it to the water source, which was about a 14-mile day, and we got a ride to the Montezuma Market. We did a resupply, and then we decided to camp here. And so basically that is, yeah, go to the side of the building and throw your tent up. We did get a shower, and I was able to do some bucket laundry as well. And then we're going to get a ride back to the trail tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and hike as many miles as we can. It's supposed to be pretty hot, so we'll probably take a pretty long siesta and then hike into the evening. That's it for day 9. Thanks for watching. Good morning. Welcome to day 10. We are back on the trail after an interesting stay at the Montezuma Valley whatever general store. Man, I don't think I would stay there again. The resupply is great. I mean, I recommend the resupply to anybody, but they kind of toss you out behind the building to camp. I don't think very many people camp there, I'm guessing. The porta potty was like literally overflowing. It was disgusting. It's about 8:15, and it's supposed to be a hotter one today, so we'll get what miles in that we can. There is a creek flowing in about 4 miles, which is great because we have not seen flowing water in, I don't know, more than 50 miles. So it'll be cool to see some flowing water. Oh, it looks like it might be nice and flat down there for a while, because flat is where it's at. We're going up this way, but Callan and I want to go this way. Nice flat valley and then up into some trees, but that's not what we're going to do. What do we have here? Oh yeah, just came over this little hill and we're rewarded with a nice view and a big long stretch of flat. Oh yeah. We stopped for lunch a little while ago, and some friends of ours that we had met earlier on the trail, we saw them come walking up. Like, hey, how you doing? Well, we had just, before we picked our lunch spot, Callan's like, how about here? And I'm like, no, this tree up 100 yards looks a little bit nicer. Well, they had gone by the first tree, and lucky we didn't stop there because they got swarmed by bees, and one of them got stung. So we dodged one that time because that would not be good. Hey guys, laying in the shade, are ya? Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. We were doing the same thing. Well, have a good day. We took multiple siestas today. It's a little after 4 right now, and it's actually a little bit cloudy and overcast, which is the first time we've seen that in 10 days. But we're gonna keep going. There's a site coming up pretty quick. We'll see what that looks like. It's supposed to be near water, which means there'll probably be other people there, but there's actually several sites that have access to water coming up. Wrap up on day 10. We did 14 point, how many, Callan? 14.3. We did 14.3 miles today, and it was decent. And we ended up at mile roughly 115. Found a great spot, our favorite spot so far. There's a stream nearby. We're in the woods. Got this nice big rock wall behind me that's protecting our tents from the wind. Really, really nice spot. One thing I was going to say is I don't get blisters very often, but I did get a blister on the bottom of my right foot in between my big toe and my second toe. The reason why is because when I put on my socks this morning, they were wet from being hand washed last night. I'm like, oh, they'll dry. Well, they didn't dry, and I walked on them anyways thinking they would dry, and now I got that blister there. And I don't often get blisters. I think the last time I had a blister on my feet from anything was like in 2018. I had a similar blister when I ran a really long training race for a marathon in like 3 or 4 inches of slush, and got a blister in the same spot because my feet were wet. So, lesson learned. I am putting Glide on it. I will make sure I have clean and dry socks every day. Hopefully that'll go away. Other than that, we're feeling really healthy. Callan has some very small blisters on the inside of his big toe, but they didn't get any worse today. We're using Glide there as well. Other than that, feeling really well. My vasculitis, or like rash on the back of my calves, this is the first day it didn't come back during the day. So I haven't been talking too much about that because you didn't tune into this to listen to me talk about rashes. But I'm really happy that that was coming along fine. So that is it. We're going to wrap up day 10. Love you, Jen, my wife. Love you, AJ. Love you, Maverick. Mom and Dad, if you're watching at home, love you guys too. Miss everybody. Can't wait to see you. And we're going to continue on and enjoy our big adventure.